I love choosing on Adventures Media. So today, we'll be ranking every Henry Stickmin ending. So here's how we'll be ranking things. I don't mean tier list wise for starters, but instead we'll be talking about them in order. Ending with me revealing this thing's current placement. So making this video is easier, and it builds more anticipation that way. So let's begin! Really think first ending starting in a desert, cause this is certainly a middle of the road ending. It's like that one thing in media you say it's true cause, oh, but it gets way better after season 1, trust me. That's not to say it's bad though, the problem is that there isn't much to talk about with this being the first Henry game. All you have here is one choice, 5 fells, 5 files, and 1 ending. The ending of Henry getting arrested technically means this is the only Henry Stickmin episode where we don't complete the objective. Unless I've been in a coma for the last 17 years and this episode's actually called Hi there, I'm way back and get caught and then arrested. That'd be a long name for a game. I don't know if a sequel was intended at the time, but I feel like a later episode Song the Diamond does this concept justice, with it having way more content in general. While breaking banks probably is something Puff randomly thought of and cooked up one afternoon. I will say though, I do like the credits in the original episode with a drunk dad map for the fellows. That's really cool. My favorite fail, by the way, is the Wrecking Ball one because of how chill the guard, Chad Hansen, was. He saw Henry with a giant Wrecking Ball about to destroy the bank, and he just went,
"Yo man, think you can not destroy a bank in the middle of nowhere?"
And Henry's like, oh yeah, my bad. Either way though, this thing's clear at the top of the list, but I doubt it'll stay that way for long. Alright, these first 2 escaping prison endings will require us to solve this ancient conflict. What's cooler, being sneaky or getting physical? Well, okay, we were technically physical in this one, but no bullets were thrown. Someone just got tased was all. I really like the fells for this one, like the one where Henry fell to a fence and landed in the middle of a meeting, for example. I also like the secrets in this ending, like taking a donut that then immediately spawns back into existence as soon as Henry steals it back from us, I guess. And another one where you click on the sun here and Henry dies. But hey, I got an achievement. That's what matters. Top of the list so far. This ending's, well, take a guess. I love the quick time events here. When you're doing Henry Stickmin and quick time events show up, then you know it's gonna be peak. The final part where Henry grabs a bullet midair and throws at the cop's gun is also awesome. Also, my favorite fail of this episode is the opacitator, where Henry faces to the ground and we see some fun background gags along the way. Top of the list for sure. Phoenix White here has a court trial and is presented with lots of different evidence. At the end, all the evidence comes together nicely, even if I'm a little confused about the fell. Like, presenting the badge immediately locking Henry up makes sense of course, but to know about Henry getting bruised? He could have just sat down and then brought the bag. But regardless, Henry was freed, and the cop's now guilty. Afterwards, every ending's more action-based, which I get. Like, imagine ending in a later episode where Henry goes to therapy, and the therapist has to convince Henry to stop doing crime, and that's just it. What other ending stuff like this is going on? Also, the one and only fell is disappointing. Like, you know it's bad when breaking the bank has more fells than you, dude. Even first choose-your adventure Puff made about getting over a gap has more fells than this. Bottom of the list so far. Sorry, Ace Attorney fans. Another sneaky ending, which also contains one of my favorite achievements in the whole game, where one of the fell messages gives you his whole essay about portals or something, and then it randomly goes, oh, by the way, I have an achievement. Cinema. Above sneaky escape and below badass bust out. Another ending full of quick time events. So funny yet impressive how Henry stole a diamond and got away from the cops on a scooter. Top of the list so far, it's peak. The retro room is a big highlight of this ending to me, with there being a lot of cool references, like Gary's mod. There's also the Good Ball fell, which is my favorite fell in Stolen the Diamond, with Henry's ally just missing and crashing the game. The ending with the giant robot is really cool, with it destroying the museum. Also, there are collector achievements in each Henry game, minus breaking the bank, like in escaping prison's donuts. And in this one, it's paintings. I point this out right here because of this one painting that keeps on getting crushed by the rock. I watched the same ending like 9 times just to finally get the painting for an achievement I'll brag about to the 15 active Henry Stickmin fans. My one critique is that the diamond just conveniently landed next to Henry, but it's Henry Stickmin. I don't think people were anticipating a subversive 5-star masterpiece or anything, so like, whatever. Going above Sneaky Burglar and below Badass Bust Out. Henry is ordered to take down the Toppats clan by the government. But in this thing he goes, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and shows another jewel. It's very cool getting to see all the chaos at the end, even if it made Battle Collector sweating. Also, based off the government let Henry go, cause he technically took the Toppats down, even despite him going rogue. And now Henry leaves with a rupee and a mech suit he never uses again. Also, this ending gave us the DEB fell, which is like, the saddest fell in the whole game? Like, damn dude. Also, shout out to the fellow Henry just gets completely distracted and starts playing games on the computer, with one of them being TF2, which is an awesome reference to Gary's mod. Going below Badass Bust Out and above just plain epic. Also, the fell that disguises itself as an ending, and it's also a dead end, is just brilliant. Favorite fell of the episode for sure. You know, at this rate, why not just have all of my favorite fells for each episode compete for the best fell in the entire game? That'd be interesting, so stay tuned for that, I guess. Henry, in the greatest figure of all time, Charles Calvin worked together to get some evidence to expose the Toppats clan with. They are consistently the funniest foes so far, outside of that cop-out ending of course. Charles is heavily involved in it. Also, shout Handsome Harold, yes that's his name, for being one of the best side characters here too.
Oh, hello Mr. Spider.
Top of the list for sure. It's a fun chase between you and Toppats' current leader, Reginald Copperbottom. There's a cool part where you get into a fight with Right Hand Man, and you can do it Final Fantasy or Earthbound style, and even get achievements being in both ways, which is a nice touch. Also, shout out previous settings, if you collect stuff like the key and its flash drive and alert code, you get the big ol' sword, a very cool secret. Also, look at how brutal Henry was here, choking out Reginald with his huge chain. Like Henry's desperate to get the part in here, jeez. Anyways, Reginald gets caught, and the government go,
okay, cool. You're free to go now, I guess.
So, yeah, very vanilla ending, but you at least get a tank. Above, just plain epic, and below, pure-blooded thief. So this is like the exact same as the last ending up until the end, where this time Henry goes, nah, screw the government, I'm becoming Toppats leader now. Way cooler ending, along with everything else I mentioned before about the previous one link up to the end. Goes above Relentless Bounty Hunter, and below Pure-Blooded Thief. Charles is here, and helps you bust out the wall. Like the prison, not actual. You get it. Charles' presence is greatly appreciated here, and foes are good too. Especially during the last part. No bust out ending has he shown intro on the scare yet though. And this one, even with Charles, isn't one of my favorite endings. But hey, it still gets a good spot above Pure Blood Thief and below Badass Bust Out. This one has a lot of QuickTime events, which includes multiple instances of me not choosing to correct option on time, like on accident. There's also a fail at one part, which confirms Freddy Fazbear's canon to the Henry Stickmin Sam Act universe.
Was that the bite of 87?
With him being a reference to Gary's mod. In the end, the run catches up with you. Despite all the options you are presented, you must fail the QuickTime event to complete the ending and be presumed dead. Not only is this an ending that's fun to speculate about all the error possibilities that can come from it, but it's also just way more badass than Badass Bust Out could ever dream of. Like being presumed dead is 10 times cooler, even if that sounds a little rude, Henry. Below government support private investigator, and new best Henry Stickmin Bust Out ending, above intruder on a scooter, presumed dead. Let's see if any other Bust Out ending can destroy it now. Reginald and the rest of Toppats help you out. I wish there were a bit more choices, but hey, it's okay what's funniest achievement in the game regardless. And the ending was still very well done, where Reginald betrays Henry saying he wants to become leader again, and he just wants to... This is where like, the line he says goes, editing me. Yeah.
I just wanted to look you in the eyes as I took it all back.
Above, just plain epic, and below, relentless bounty hunter, with the potential of doing an insane job at carrying this ending. After getting some assistance from Ellie before banning her, which I bet won't come back ever, you now need to leave the wall on your own. I feel like it's a good bust out where they're more sneaky and causing chaos. It doesn't have as much going for us the other Flint complex endings though. So be going above sneaky burglar and below just plain epic. Very great bust out ending, where you work with Ellie to break all the inmates out and escape the wall. Also, I take it back. This achievement you get from watching a failed playback edited like a failed show of 2015, sure do wonder why that is. It's the funniest achievement in the game, like for real this time. It also gets the best fail of Flint complex because of that. Editing has truly peaked here. Going above Presumed Dead, and below Government Support Private Investigator. Speaking of Flint complex in general, that one winter night nearly 5 years ago, where I beat the original Flint complex for the first time on Newgrounds will always be a comfort memory to me. Which might explain why a majority of these endings are so high ranked. Well, for now, at least. This ending starts with Henry at a spaceship, because the Toppats just have that now. It's kind of funny actually how majority of other endings, they explain about the Toppats' plan to launch a rocket into space, so nobody in the government can stop them. While this one's like, right-hand man's a cyborg, try to escape the spaceship, good luck. I love the ending, where Henry destroyed the spaceship, and the Toppats are stranded in space. Yeah, explain that one to your partner. It's going above rapidly promoted executive, and below pure-blooded thief. Henry and Ellie team up once again to rub a train on a tank. Nice seeing the tank get put to use. It's nice seeing Henry and Ellie team up once more, with Henry and Ellie being like a criminal duo. Also, at one point Among Us was referred to as an obscure reference. Sure, that's certainly aged well. Above badass bust out and below intruder on a scooter. Okay, wow, I wasn't expecting it to get that high. But yeah, Henry and Ellie really do make a great team here, and that's awesome. So you rubbed the train alone in this inning, compared to the last inning where you did so with Ellie. The Toppats leader, right-hand man, also showed up at the last inning too. When compared to this one, the Toppats just call him like, yo, our minecart got stolen, and right-hand man's like, oh no! Anyways,
Takeoff's more important.
like he didn't even make a physical appearance or anything. So below the betrayed you could wait. Undertow reference? Never mind, you go above the betrayed actually. Plus, I like the ending song. So in this one we get new companions. Can't wait to get to know these guys over the course of the end. Oh, okay. Henry being a bounty hunter by the end is a cool fate for him though. His default dance photos were great, which is an epic reference to Gary's mod. The reroute flow is also great, with Right Hand Man only being a good guy for nearly as long as TikTok got banned in the US.
You're really gonna side with the guy who locked up the chief?
I wish Charles was involved in this more. He showed up at the beginning and end here, but imagine how better his ending would be if he was by your side shrouded. Charles has plot armor here too, first ending at least, so he won't immediately die within the first like 3 minutes. Either way, it's going above low nest egg and below relentless bounty hunter. This Fruit Loops box art looks amazing. These guys puff if they could use this art for their cereal box from now on. Very cool, Harrow's one part that references Puff's first click and point game, Crossing the Gap. Also awesome how you get to take down both Right Hand Man and Red Short in one inning, along with the rest or at least a majority of Toppats by blowing up their rocket ship. Certainly my favorite still the Sang ending so far, above Intruder on a Scooter and below Presumed Dead. I love the idea of Henry being insane enough to steal a whole rocket, talk about dreaming big. Except wait, he actually does it. Henry casually did more on lunch break than I do in a week. If that doesn't make Henry a GOAT contender, then I don't know what will. The best part of this inning is when all the options are as hammers, so you could either choose the right one first try instead of bullet flying away with just a hammer at the perfect moment. Again, GOAT contender, or Henry just bad. This inning is also full of quick time events, which makes you feel invincible against Toppats. Just a fun inning in general.
Hey, can you... Oh yeah, sure thing. Wait a minute.
Oh, Command, a guy just zipped right by me. I couldn't do anything about it. He's just too fast.
Above Master Bounty Hunter and below Relentless Bounty Hunter. Once again, these next two innings are the same up until the end of it. So if it looks like I'm skipping all the way to the end, I mean I am, but do you really want me to copy and paste this whole section again? In this inning, everyone seems to be going against Henry and Ellie. The government's just trying to do their job, the people from the wall return, and the Toppats I don't recall attacking us. These kind of stand there and aura farm a majority of the time. Also, Corruptic is my favorite foe in this episode, with it just breaking the game. It kicks us out, we go back into it, it breaks again, and it's just amazing. Henry and Ellie then plan to take down the Toppats ship by joining the government side with Charles, with us chewing it down while everyone else just kinda does an attempt to stop them. They're just up there like, I sure do wonder what is going on down there, fine gentlemen. I suppose we could just slowly approach the edge of our space shuttle, and oh heavens me, it appears we're gonna... Henry and Ellie didn't get pardoned, and Toppats' plans are once again stopped. Going above rapidly promoted executive, and below free man. Okay, now that I got all the highlight foes, it's time for the part fill where I give my thoughts on best fell in the game. Alright, first in 6th place we got Good Ball. It's a great fell of course, but the others are way funnier and cooler as well. In 5th place we got Wrecking Ball, because it's certainly funny how Henry has no problem repeatedly feuding with the right hand man, and not backing down to him, yet Chad Hansen was too much for Henry to mess with. Other than that though, pretty standard fell. In 4th place is a face root fell. Like I said before, fun fell with cool little details going on in the background, yet still easily beaten by these next three. 3rd place is Corruptic. It's kinda like Good Ball, but with a way cooler execution. 2nd place is the cop-out ending. The fact this was only done once really sells this one more for me. And 1st place is of course, the fell where Henry accidentally shoots Ellie, and there's even a replay of it edited by someone totally online back in 2015. So congratulations to the previously mentioned fell. Now back to ranking and innings. Now that's a much better ending. You not only get to throw the warrant off a flying rocket, but you don't get to kill Charles. He just kinda quits instead, I guess. Second it goes above Pure Blood Thief and below International Rescue Operative. It's cool seeing all the little details that serve the ending. The right hand man pulling up his fist as soon as he hears Ellie's voice for the first time. Reginald trying to get his hat back so he'll feel back in control again. And one of the guys signed with Henry being Thomas Chestershire, who's fleeing the facility bio says he enjoyed Henry's brief leadership. People could tell he was bummed out when Henry went missing. Anyways, Ellie comes and shares her Google Doc with the rest of the Toppats, going, yeah, we should kill Henry, we think. While a few Toppat members go, actually, Henry is good, and Toppats are cringe. The ending is odd, though, where Henry and a small new team escape, and that's kinda it. Ellie seems to possibly be the new leader, since Reginald and Right Hand Man are busy. Also, this is the last Henry game, so I'm guessing it's things like this so the fans can come up with their own ending for it.
Everyone died. The end.
Above Pouring Pals and below Freeman. For once, Sinks and Toppats are going smoothly. Everyone in the Toppats seems to be on the same side throughout the entirety of it. Ellie doesn't try to get us to jump from a flying ship, Reginald doesn't betray us, even though he did certainly think about it, and the Right Hand Man doesn't try to kill us a single time. The government's no threat. I could just help Henry go back in time. What can the government do in comparison? Dox me? I do wish Henry and Reginald worked together a bit more. He certainly helped Henry at the end, but I do wish for a bit more front-row interactions between the two, like we did with Ellie and Right Hand Man. But hey, nitpicks aside, it's cool team up with the Toppats in a way regardless. Above Free Man and below Pure Blood Thief. Henry goes and causes some chaos at the military space. He even takes a tank! You were telling me! Henry gets a tank, and is still on the same side with the Toppats? That makes Relentless Bounty Hunter even less cool now. Here, Stickmin Space Resort, you go above Relentless Bounty Hunter. Back to Top Hat for life. It has the best consistent post any inning so far, with my favorite first inning being walkthrough.
Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and then they got the red hair girl from Fleeing the Complex. She comes in. And when you get to this tank part, you want to pick walkthrough. It'll play this video of a guy who starts talking and he's like, "Hey everyone, playing Henry Stickmin today."
Going above Captor Games and below Intruder on a Scooter, the foes definitely saved this inning for me. Henry did some cool technical stuff, since he had quite a fall during the Betrayed. There are a lot of action scenes here. Mainly with Right Hand Man. There's even a film here that's very anime inspired, which is awesome. I still like the Corrupted film more, but this is certainly an honorable mention for best film of the episode. In fact, there was so close when Tosenka and Oten Universe where Corrupted didn't exist, which is very interesting. In the end, you successfully killed Right Hand Man, along with taking Toe airship down, crashing into Top Hat's base, killing both Reginald and Henry. Great ending, of course. Top of the list so far, even if it only has 6 bells. Henry shows the Top Hat surge in this inning, like tiny jewels, paintings, imposter, cause this dude certainly looks sus. He found toilet, which is an awesome reference to Deltarune. No other toilet related media whatsoever. There's one major problem though. Where is Charles? Henry helped him take down the Top Hat, yet he isn't in this inning. Like, okay, it makes sense that he doesn't show up when Henry's robbing the Top Hats. Charles probably first going on missions the general gives him, rather than robbing a glowing toilet, but outside of a gift Henry got from him, it's like he was never here to begin with. How is he gonna show up for the Top Hats for life inning, yet not on a government support private investigator inning? Like, at very least talk on a speaker or something like the Right Hand Man did for Little Nest Egg. I didn't like the foes though. The foes were nice.
Whoa, check out this crazy coat rack. Oh, look at me, I'm a little hat holder person. Ooh, can I take your hat? Ooh, I wonder what's out the window. Oh, it broke.
Under Little Nest Egg and above the Betrayed. Anyways, I'm gonna do a ritual summon Charles now, don't mind me. It worked! Charles is here! It's peak. Just peak. The references and foes are awesome. The Serene guy going on a rant long enough for Henry and Charles to come up with the plan is very funny. Charles is of course awesome as always. Just a great end where you and Charles work once again to bring down the Top Hats. Truly a classic. I remember playing both this inning and Triple Threat most, and for good reason. This inning isn't as impactful as Revenge, so I'll be going below it, but it still has to get place so far. Going above another Charles inning too, which is kind of funny how Charles is very clearly my favorite Henry Stickmin character, because if I ever meet another Henry Stickmin fan who survived extinction and start talking about Charles in public, everyone else would probably think I'm talking about an old man, when he's described as young on his infiltrating the airship bio. This inning gives us Henry, Charles, and Ellie against the Top Hat clan. It's really cool how nobody felt like they're getting buried here. Well, besides Top Hats, but they're basically jobbers. So, Charles helps us get into and out of the rocket, Ellie assists us with taking the leader down, and Henry is the one to come up with the successful plan to get this recount. Okay, that's enough wrestling English for now. The point is, this inning is great. It's everything I love about this game. The references, the fellows, the characters, it's all just peak. Top of the list for sure. Henry and Charles have stopped Top Hats once more, except this time they're already in space. So it's another great Henry and Charles ending with great fails. But then at the end, right when it looks like Henry and Charles are about to go home, Jack a Hug Man, I think that's his name, tries to show Henry out, only for Charles to come to the rescue, and for Henry to successfully escape as somber music plays. Relax guys, Charles is fine-ish. Charles' steps is very well done here. Like I said before, somber music adds a lot to it. I love how the captain's gonna explode cut off right before the ship explodes. Henry showing respect to Charles' grave, certainly the most impactful ending of the game. Going above Revenge and below Triple Threat. Now to rank the endings from worst to best. You skipped to this part, don't you? Either way then, starting from worst to best, Lawyered Up is the worst ending in all of Henry Stickmin. Again, sorry Ace Attorney fans. The story begins. Sneaky escape, unseen burglar. Ghost animate, just plain epic. The betrayed, clean him out. Lone Esseg, master bounty hunter, relentless bounty hunter, Stickmin space resort, rapidly promoted executive, foreign palace, Toppats Silver War, Freeman, Toppat King, Pure Blood Thief, International Rescue Operative, Badass Bus Out, Captor Games, Intruder on a Scooter, Presumed Dead, Jewel Baron, Conflict Allies, Government Support Private Investigator, Special Bro for Ops, Revenged, Valiant Hero, and Best Egg in Henry Stickmin Collection, Strip or Stret. Now for the final judgment. This sounds way more dramatic than it actually is. Basically, I reviewed the whole game after getting all the achievements and stuff. So this is a very fun game that won't change your life or anything. However, it does have that internet charm to it, if that makes sense. Like, the whole game felt like it was made by the internet, with its constant references and dumb humor. It truly feels like such a fun passion project. It has so many fun achievements you find. In fact, there's even a secret ending I'll let you guys find your own. The secret ending won't be ranked because, well, it's only a minute, but still cool regardless. So I'll be ranking the Henry Stickmin collection an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. There's so much more stuff I love to chat about with you guys. So if YouTube's algorithm's on my side, then we'll meet again. Thanks for watching and keep on creating.